penalties, and our power play has been incredible to start the year. So that definitely helps and gives us that confidence.
Playing with Jack, just what can you say about his ability to turn a game all by himself?
Yeah, I mean, I was joking. I mean, after the game, obviously, but saying that we didn't do a whole lot in the first, and that we were both frustrated, and obviously we laughed it off. But the way that he can just, like you said, take over a game and just make small little plays and back guys off, it makes the game so much easier for myself and for everybody on the team.
How does it feel to get those 3 goals in this building?
Well, it was nice to get the first one. Having not scored since coming back, I mean, I think it's twice, but once that happened, it felt like I was just getting a ton of opportunities, and just very fortunate for sure.
How did you feel when you missed the 2 empty net?
I was pissed. I was pissed for sure. I really wanted it, and especially when you're out there at the end of the game. There's 2 minutes left or a minute left. Your job's out there obviously to prevent them from scoring, but if you get the opportunity to score and put the game away, that's what you're out there to do.
You've been in this league for long enough to know the answer to this, but when you play the second half of back-to-back, obviously not the situation for you guys, but for them, what's the key to managing that situation?
Like I said, I was talking to Jack, they came out and had a really good first period. It was one of those things where we've done a good job all throughout the season of just sticking with our game, and even if I think we've been down at the start of every game this season so far, we just find ways to stick with it. And like I said, we score big goals. We great momentum with our power play, and it's going a long way for us.
Obviously, that's something that, as a group, you want to correct, right? Like the starts we've talked about it. That Long Island one was probably the best one. Concern might not be the right word, but how do you sort of feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's frustrating. I think we honestly talk about it every day, and before every game that we want to come out and have a good start, and it just hasn't been there. But I think we're improving, we're getting better, and we've been fortunate, like I said, to be scoring big goals at certain times. Like Holtz's goal was a huge goal for us, and kind of almost put us on track. So just sticking with it and keep trying to find a way, and just keep grinding.
If I can get you back on the second goal, turnover in the corner, every Montreal Canadian player were on their heels, but you were ready. It seems from upstairs that you felt that, that's going to happen. Yeah. Have you created already a chemistry with him, or the read that you make on the play that he's going to be able to do that play, that you can expect it?
I think our power play in general, we're doing a really good job of putting pressure on them, and when they have full possession of the puck, we're going 100% and trying to turn it over and not have to go back and break out or regroup. And I think that's kind of been one of the positives for our power play is being able to keep that pressure on them. And that was just one of those things where Nico was on there, I was in there, and then Jack came in and made the nice play.
What's the challenge playing those guys? What do you see in their game?
They work hard. They do a good job of kind of boxing things in, and it's frustrating to play against. They have some skill, and you can tell that they're right on the edge, and they're getting better. So it wasn't an easy game by any means.
For you, just how did that feel to finally get that going? You've had a good start to the season, but just haven't been able to do that yet.
Yeah, no, it's always nice to put the puck in the net. So it was good to get the boys going a little bit and get one goal.
What have you sort of thought about the way you've played so far this season?
I'm just trying to improve every game. Sometimes it's a little bit junior mistakes out there, but I'm just trying to manage the game better every time I'm stepping on the ice, and that's my main goal.
How important for you has it been to be able to keep getting those chances on the power play, that Lindy and the staff keep putting you out there with that unit?
No, that's huge important, and it's giving me a confidence boost as well. Power play is a huge part of my game. Maybe it's not as much power play time as I played back in the A, but I think hopefully we're ready if the other unit don't score every time.
I guess it's kind of hard, right, when they have the puck so much.
Yeah, we have 2 really good units, so we have a good power play going. So just keep that dialed, and it will be a good season.
And just your thoughts on how you guys have been able to play in this game, falling behind, but being able to always claw your way back in.
I think it's just like stay together. A lot what we talk about as a group. Just keep in it all the time. We know sometimes we have a little bit slower starts, but when we get going, we're a hard team to play against.
Thanks, Holtz.
They had a great start. I thought they were better in the first 10. Then we got going and we got to our game, and I thought we played really well after that.
How are you feeling, Erik? Obviously coming back after a bit.
Yeah, great. Welcome back there. Got hit by a bus ending the second shift, so that felt good and got me right back in it.
What can you say just about this? You guys have fallen behind 1-0 in every game, but just that determination every single time. Obviously, it's probably a concern that that's happening, but to be able to claw out of it.
Yeah, well, it's just something we need to improve on. I don't know, like concern or whatnot. It's early on in the year, and like you said, we've been able to come back, and yeah, they were better in the first 10, but I thought we played really well after that.
What more can you say about the job that Jack's been able to do this year? 13 points in 5 games.
Yeah, fun to watch. Hopefully he keeps it going. Definitely his biggest cheerleader, and yeah, he's a great player, and I'm happy he's getting rewarded right now and playing really well.
15 points for the first 5 games, never been done before. So great stuff there from number 86. And we bring in now the head coach of the New Jersey Devils, Lindy Ruff. Lindy, just a complete team effort in this one. 4 points from Jack, a hat trick from Tyler. How do you describe your pride in this group as a whole?
Yeah, I thought, again, we missed some great opportunities in the first period, and we just felt if we stayed with it, we'd be able to combine and get a few goals. So great night out of Toff. He put his shot on display, and I thought, again, Jack, dangerous, 4 points. But I thought really a team effort. And we got some big saves out of our goaltender at the same time.
Well, especially down the stretch there, Vitek, that's probably his best stretch of hockey there when he was protecting the 2-goal lead. And what can you just say, the power play? Like, it's just, have you seen something like this through 5 games? It just seems like everything's connecting.
Yeah, it's something we've worked hard on, but I think our guys have matured. I think if you look at Jack and Brad are where they're at now, I think they understand the power play a little bit more, and I think that Tails and Greeny have been working hard with those guys, and it's really come together. Like both groups, I know we had the one power play tonight, didn't score. We were in the zone the full 2 minutes, but we know there'll be a few games where maybe it doesn't click, but I think I got the saying, going to make hay when the sun is shining.
Coach, it seems like so many players seem to rise in this building, have great games. Nico Hischier, your captain, among them. What did you make of the way he was able to make sure he's back in the lineup, comes out and gets his first goal of the season?
Well, great to see him get on the board. We trust him in a lot of situations, and obviously penalty killing, power play, but for him to get that goal at that moment, that was a big goal for us at that time of the game to prevent them from really climbing back into it. So great to get him back. We missed him on the island that period, but it gave us a strong game.
Last one for you before we open it up. The penalty kill. What can you say about the last couple games? I know it was a breakdown today, but you have to like what you're seeing now in terms of the clears, the commitment, and how they're playing much more in sync.
Yeah, really, just one individual mistake. I thought we had a couple penalty kills that were fantastic, and we made a mistake. We got skated by on that last goal, but when it came to structure, I thought our sticks are getting pucks down the ice. We were winning draws and then down the ice, so the small things I think added up by the end of the night.
How important has Jesper been when you've been able to deploy him on the penalty kill right now?
He's been good. He was good all preseason, and I thought tonight, just puck pressure. He's quick. He can read where the puck is going. He gets there in a hurry, and he's been a good killer for us.
For Alexander to get that goal, Alexander Holtz, what did that sort of mean to the group to get things going, but also to him who's really been trying to get on the board?
Well, I think any time you can get on the board, he needed something good to happen. It was a big goal for us at that time of the game, so happy to see it go in. He was in the right spot. Sometimes they're not the prettiest, but he got the second opportunity, and he was right there where he needed to be.
Obviously, some of it was a product of who was in the box, but Dougie Hamilton got some time on the kill. We talked about his offensive game a lot. What have you thought about how he's played in the other end this year?
I think it's something that he's working really hard at. I know killing penalties isn't his strongest suit or something that we use him a lot in. So, but I think any opportunity you get, you want to prove that you can fill in that position. I think when you look at the roles and responsibilities, he's been a big power play guy for us. But when we've needed him on the kill, he's been there for us.
Lindy, you had a franchise record last year for comeback wins. Again tonight, you give the first goal, you start slowly a little bit for the first 10 minutes, and then you come back. You still have a young team. Is that confidence? Is that talent? Is that innocence? How do you attribute the fact that you're able to come back that way?
I don't know. You've used a lot of words that could probably cover it. Maybe a little bit of a lack of maturity the way we start games. There's a lot of confidence knowing that we can get back into games, that we're going to create opportunities. I think if you if you look at the number of grade A opportunities we had in the first period, probably after that first 8 minutes, I thought Primo, he made some highlight reel saves and kept the game where it was at. So, I didn't really like our first 5 minutes. I think we showed a little bit of that having 3 days off. But now we get into playing some hockey and some consecutive days and 3 and 4, and we'll really get into the grind.
For Tyler, are you seeing something different click right now in terms of his understanding of the system, where to be with, new players and all that around him?
I think he understands just follow Jack around. I think we know he's a good shooter. I think system-wise, I think he's got a pretty good handle on what we're trying to do. He's got one heck of a shot. I mean, nothing really went in for him in the preseason, but I think if you look at the opportunity, he had a great opportunity in the first period that I think he shot through the D's leg. And from the bench, it looked like it was going in, didn't go in. So, that shot early in the third was one heck of a shot. So he's putting himself in good position, and there's a little chemistry there between him and Jack.